Hello and welcome. Yeah, Thankful Thursday. I declared one day of the week for special thankfulness, gratefulness, and because it's with that Thursday, it sounds like wonderful, thankful Thursday. You can take any day, of course, and of course you can be uh, each day thankful, grateful, of course, yeah. But anyway, on these Thursdays, I have a lot of German books in about gratitude because I'm German, but also some books uh, which I have in more than one language, and others, uh, yeah, are only in English available. So it comes up to you that, yeah, one or the other week I will talk about a book. And this book I want to talk about today is about uh, the power of gratitude. It is from that Chicken Soup of the Soul series. You may already know that, yes, of course. And yeah, our 101 stories about the power of gratitude and how it can help being thankful and can change your life. And as you can see, there are dog edges everywhere. So I liked a lot of these stories so much that I really sometimes uh, have tears in my eyes and, yeah, tears of joy somehow because they yeah, handle a bad situation through gratitude. And that's a very, very important thing. Uh, Handling stuff, well, which is not that nice uh, for yourself. Oh, where is my, there it is. I wanted to give you a short story I will read, and yeah, you can decide if that is also kind of thing you would like to. The right place. I shoved another can of soup onto the shelf, wondering where my life had gone. I was too old to be doing this. With each successive can I stopped, I found another reason to grumble. When you are wearing a name tag while pushing soup cans onto a shelf and the first digit of your age is a number higher than 2, certain facts become indisputable about the trajectory of your life. I was working 2 jobs and still not making ends meet. My failing marriage was affecting my relationship with my daughter too. When a shopping cart bumped my back, it seemed like a physical confirmation that I was out of sync and in the way. So I muttered, "No problem," to the woman's apology and continued to push cans into the appropriate slots. There was a little girl sitting in the shopping cart, staring at me, her eyes bright with that gleam children get when they want to tell you something. She had a coat on that was perhaps a little too warm for the weather, and a funky tasseled hat with a rainbow pom-pom. Her eyes were huge and blue and took me back 10 years to when my daughter was her age and laughed hats like that. I smiled at her as she stared at my ponytail. When she saw that she had caught my eye, she spoke, "I have red hair just like you." "Molly," her mother said, "don't bother the man while he is working." I said, as I turned to say she wasn't bothering me, the child reached for her hat. "No, Molly, leave it." It was too late. The hat was off and on the floor, revealing a skull without a strand of hair. The smooth alabaster skin intensified those bright eyes. Now they peered, boring into me, waiting for a reaction. In that instant, conflicting thoughts ran through me. Assuming the reason for the hair loss, I felt sympathy for the girl. Then I thought, why am I in this situation? Which immediately made me loathe myself because, considering the three actors in this small drama, I certainly had the easiest role. Redheads are the best, I said, giving her a thumbs up. She giggled hysterically. My brother has brown hair, and it's nice, but I like mine better. Mommy says it will grow back in 2 months. She held up 3 fingers, then grabbed the errant one and pushed it down. Her mom had had scooped the hat up and slipped it back on Molly's head. Then she glanced at me and said, I'm sorry. I told her it was okay, there was nothing to apologize for. Nodding, she pushed the cart down the aisle, visible upset. Molly waved and said, Bye, mister, and I waved back. I resumed stocking the shelves, feeling a deep sadness at their situation. I also felt a little stupid that I hadn't caught on sooner or had anything better to say. I'd made it through 2 more aisles when I looked up and saw that Molly and her mom were in the section opposite mine. A man was with them now, and when the mom saw me, she touched his arm, whispered something to him, and then headed in my direction. As she approached, she fumbled in her bag, not looking up until she was very near. I could see she held back tears. She touched my arm, and said, I wanted to thank you. She was still searching through her bag, and I had the bizarre thought that she meant to tip me. I couldn't imagine what she was thankful for. What she handed me instead was a photo of Molly. She was smiling, and her face was framed by flaming red curls. That was taken 2 months ago before the chemo. She's beautiful. I said, dumb for any other response. I wanted to thank you, she repeated. For what? She loves to talk to people, and she loves to she loves to take her hat off. I think she actually liked being bored. She managed a little smile, and I chuckled. Good for her, I said. Yes, it is, she said, as if trying to convince herself of it. But when she does take off her hat, people actually or usually react awkwardly. I don't blame them. I mean, what can you say? And then they wind up talking to me instead of her, and she gets so sad. Tears ran down her cheeks. When she spoke to you, you barely... Sorry, I know that story already, you know. When she spoke to you, you barely even looked at me, and she couldn't go on for a moment like me. You made her laugh. Now she sobbed that she had been stealing escape, but she caught it quickly. She nodded at the photo as I handed it back to her. The day that photo was taken was the last time I heard her laugh. Until today. What a great moment, wasn't it? My breath caught at her words. I'm sorry, I said. My voice choked with emotion. It sounded as empty as every other time I'd heard or said it. She nodded. I want you to know how much it meant to her that you treated her like a normal kid. I looked at her. She is, I said. Thank you. My thoughts are with you and Molly. My name is Maureen. I told her my name and said, good luck, Maureen. She turned and walked back to her family. They headed to the registers. Despite my feelings of helplessness, I suddenly knew I was exactly when I was supposed to be that day. Yeah, well, that story drives me into tears because, yes, I really liked it to be, as I also like to be, yeah, at the right place to the right time. And yeah, well, there are other stories which are not that tearful, also not for me. Uh, Nice stories, yes, and I recommend, well, look into the library, local library, or just uh, try to buy that book. It's a wonderful thing to have this and to be reminded that, yeah, in every situation, there is something you can be very grateful for. Thanks. It took a little bit longer now. Sorry for that. Have a wonderful day.